Hello Internet, this is Whispering Whim. Today we're going to go ahead and do another Munchpak unboxing. International sweets and snacks, blah blah blah. Won't give you that same spiel every time because I feel like if you watch enough unboxing videos it gets a little annoying. Plus, Munchpak doesn't pay me to do this, so you can find out on your own if you want to know their prices and all of that fun stuff. Alright? I'm really excited to get started today. I haven't eaten yet, so I'm kind of doing this instead of lunch. I know, I'm a bad girl, right? And since it's completely random, sometimes these things are kind of filling, and sometimes I skip over half of it. Oh, that's a new little touch. They added a sticker to my pack this time. So that's interesting. And today my Munchpak is brought to me by Roxanne. So that's a new name. I haven't seen that name yet. Maybe this will be tasty. Looks like, first up, Presunto. It's got a little squirrel on the package. Looks kind of cute. And if you've watched enough of these, you know that my favorite part is figuring out where they're from. Where is this from? Well, it's imported and distributed from, oh, here we go. It's made in Brazil. And I hope that it's nut flavored, considering there's a really excited squirrel on there, but we'll see. It's a very crinkly package. Hope that's not too loud for anybody. I was not expecting that flavor at all. It's more of a savory flavor. Oh, okay, so the little corner here is a bit folded, but if I pull it out a bit, I can kind of tell that there's a ham on there. So this is a ham flavored chip. I don't quite know how I feel about that. I think if I had walked into it knowing that it was ham flavored, I'd give it a better shot. So I guess that means I have to try it again. Why there's a squirrel that's really excited about these, I don't know. Squirrels don't eat meat, generally. Nope. I gave it a second try and I do not like it. For sure now. Ugh. Pardon me. So, yeah. That's very bizarre. But hey, that's why I get these packs. I love exploring all those new flavors, and you know, I often say that sometimes they're not unique enough, and ham flavored corn chips are definitely they fall under the unique side for me. So next we have noisy neighbors. Next we have Popo Maruko. So it's kind of a different name. It's sweet and spicy Maruko, whatever Maruko is. And I'm still trying to figure out where it's from. I think I mentioned before that Munchpak does provide a little like app that you can scan the barcode with and find out this information quicker. But I just feel like fumbling with my phone isn't conducive to the video. I really don't know where this is from. It's got Arabic writing, Chinese writing. Oh, sorry, that was loud. It seems that it's from Malaysia. So, sweet spicy Maruko. Maruku, probably. They're all used, so it's got to be the same vowel sound, right? That's not true. Oh, they got little tiny chips. I like that. Kind of reminds me of barbecue, like barbecue potato chips almost, but they're more dense than a potato chip would be. Well, I'm gonna say that I like those. Continuing on the chip trend, it seems. I've noticed with these boxes, the chips are always on top. I think they do that so that they don't crush the chips. And this is Doritos, and there's clearly a little cheese wheel on there. And I see on the back that it's nacho cheese flavored. And this one is a product of Japan. I don't know whether it's because I was such a huge anime buff and therefore I give Japan, Japanese food a better go at it, or if their flavors are just more in line with my kind of flavors, but I don't think I've ever disliked anything that I got from Japan so far. See if we can't get a snap here. So it's pretty much a Dorito chip. The cheese flavoring on it is not exactly the same. Considering that they call them nacho cheese, I guess I would say that they taste more nacho-y. But if I remember right, regular Doritos are technically nacho flavored too, aren't they? I don't know. But I like it. I could definitely eat the whole bag. I won't right now because that would be boring to watch. But I could eat the whole bag. Got the powder all over my fingers. Probably should have brought a napkin. Next up, Cosmos Creations Salted Caramel Premium Puffed Corn. These I can actually get at the local grocery store. They're usually in a bigger bag. Yeah, made in the USA. So I pretty much know what this is gonna taste like. Yeah, what the heck, we'll eat it anyways. We'll give you guys, if you don't have this brand available in your area, try to give you an opinion on it. So it's like popcorn, but it's a little more processed, slightly different texture. Kind of reminds me of the popcorn part in like a Cracker Jack, as far as the way it's sort of got a candy coating on it. And it's salted caramel flavor, so it's a little more savory than a Cracker Jack popcorn, but not that much. It's definitely enjoyable. I buy this brand to put in my boyfriend's lunches. He gets kind of spoiled. I sit there and I make a balanced meal, you know, deli meats and crackers, and there's usually one treat in there, which sometimes is popcorn. Let's see here. This one looks interesting. It's a London roll coconut flavored cake. So, considering the name, I'm going to assume it's from the UK here. I mean, you never know, but it's got writing from all over the world. Huh, it's produced in Malaysia, actually. So there you go. That's what you get for assuming. But it looks like it's definitely a made-for-import kind of snack. I don't know if you can see very well, but the nutrition information on there has all sorts of different formats for different countries, different languages. So maybe since it's imported everywhere, exported everywhere, it'll be really tasty. One can hope. I do love coconuts, so it has that going. Assuming they, don't flub up the rest of it. Okay, so just a little rolled up piece of bread. In the picture, you can see a green limey sort of filling that I cannot see from here, so I always find it disappointing when the picture is nowhere near what the product actually looks like. So it's not bad at all. It's kind of, it's really neutral though. It's a soft sponge cake. So kind of like any of those rolled pastries that you get at the grocery store. Usually they're covered in chocolate. This one isn't, which I can actually appreciate. The chocolate that they usually put on those, the Swiss rolls, that's what it's called, it's gross, basically. Once you get used to a lot of high-end chocolate, those fakey chocolates are not good. So, texture-wise, it's good. I love the fluffiness of it, but it's labeled as coconut flavored, and there's a hint of coconut there, but I wouldn't say it's flavored with coconut. I'd just say that that's, a small side part. But I like it enough that I'm going to eat the whole thing. So now's a good time to say, though, if there's a different kind of snack service you want me to review, eat, look at, sort of deal, let me know in the comments below, because I'm thinking about adding another box to my rotation. So, plus I love to hear from people, right? Helps me feel validated in what I'm doing. So next up is beer nuts cashews. And that has kind of, I like the sound of that particular bag. You know, it's not super loud, it's just kind of, it's there. It's low sodium, which is kind of surprising for a nut product. Looks, yep, product of the USA, so we have another American product here. I'll be honest, it kind of looks like an off-brand. Like this looks like something I could pick up at the dollar store. Is that just me, or it's interesting what American brands they choose to highlight. Like maybe this is really popular somewhere else. I've heard the beer nuts name, but I don't know. I guess I associate it with like bar food. I don't know if that's because beer is in the name or whether, you know, like old-timey bars have those like nuts in little jars to help drunks sort of, you know, solidify their food or their drinks. So it's really just kind of your average cashew. Like there's nothing wow about it, and they even, because cashews have like a lot of natural sweetness to them, and somehow they made it less sweet than a cashew normally is. Only 2 grams of sugar in this bag. I do know that the way you roast a nut affects the perceived sweetness. Just like when you flambe bananas or cook peaches or anything like that. When you cook a lot of fruits and vegetables, or in this case legume, yeah, I'm being fancy and saying legume. What you're doing is that cooking process, the heat of it breaks down the more complex sugars and simplifies them so they're easier to digest. For those of you who kind of watch your dieting or anything like that, it's actually kind of a bad thing. It's great for flavor, but anytime you improve the flavor, usually you're adding calories or something, right? Well, the more you break down those sugars, the more you, affect your glycemic index, like how it impacts your blood sugar. So for like a really fun example I learned just recently is, like spaghetti noodles or any of those boiled pastas, you get dry and you boil them. The more you boil them, the more mushy that they become. Actually, the harder it'll hit your blood sugar, even though you're not obviously adding any sugar or carbs, you're just boiling it longer. The mushier your pasta is, the more simplified the carbohydrate strains that are in there become. They like break down and they're not as long and as complex. And so if you're like diabetic or something like that, or you prescribe to one of those diets that are low carb or rely on the glycemic index, just boil your noodles until they're al dente instead of mushy. Next up, because I can't sit here and blabber about blood sugar all day, is Hi-Chew Bites. So Hi-Chew is a UK brand, which I already know. I don't think I've ever actually eaten them. I'm not a big fan of chews or gummies anymore. I used to love them when I was a kid, but my teeth are starting to fall out, which I know, that's attractive, right? So I don't typically eat these kinds of candies unless I'm doing it for a video. Like if I open this box on my own, just take it to work. Let one of the girls eat it, because I'm not a big candy person anymore. Okay, this is going to be kind of hard to open because it has a resealable little lid there. So let's try. Oh, we got it. I was kind of afraid that that would make a loud noise and I'd have to edit. That might stay. So it says there's 2 flavors in here. Guess I might as well try both. I'm assuming the 2 different colors. It's the 2 different flavors. There's kind of a yellow and then a really light orange, so my camera, I don't think really picks that up, but there are 2 colors. Let's try. The first one is an orange flavor, and honestly to me it just tastes like a Starburst, so the mango is awful. Absolutely awful. That's funny. You think that, you know, if the orange tasted so standard, that the mango, God, that's a horrible flavor. I'm gonna have to like rinse my mouth off. Give me just a sec. Okay, so hands down, the mango flavored Hi-Chew was like the worst flavor I think I've ever eaten. Maybe I got a bad one, but I'm too scared to like try again. I have no idea why that tasted so bad to me. Like, it really shouldn't. They actually use real mango puree to flavor it. So I don't understand why that tasted that way. Maybe I just got a bad one. But I'm not gonna try that again. Okay, we got another gummy. Sour Blockheads. And this one is made in China. So I'm gonna guess that this is sort of a imitation of Sour Patch Kids, because they even went through and they have like little cartoons on there that almost resemble the kids. So the gummies themselves don't really, I guess they're kind of blockheaded, but they don't look like anything. So that one's really tough. I kind of have to chew carefully, which is too bad because I actually enjoy the flavor of it. But my poor teeth, I don't think it'd be wise for me to eat too many of them. And that's too bad. There's a whole bunch of different colors in there. And I wonder if they're different flavors. I'm gonna give one more a go. Green one's apple flavored. I like those. I like the flavoring on them. It's just too bad that they're a little hard to chew. I think that they might be stale though, because they don't. It's hard to explain, but sometimes, you know, with gummies, if you just don't get a fresh pack, it's a different kind of like tightness versus something that just has too much gelatin in it. It's hard for me to tell for sure which one it is, but I've got 2 more things left to try. Next up is Turtak Mini. I've had the Turtak before in one of the other videos, so I'm not going to taste this one. I'm sorry. It's basically, if you didn't watch a different video, it's like a light biscuity kind of a cookie with jam on it, and the jam is sort of orange marmalade with cinnamon. Yeah, it's just not worth it to open that up to me. And I could just give it to someone who might enjoy it more than I did. They're not bad, but they're not like... So that means we really only have one more, and it's a gummy. It's a little gummy heavy today. And we have Haribo lemon ginger lemon, sorry. And this one was made in Austria. Now, Haribo, I believe, originally was a Japanese company, but they have like factories or distribution centers all over the world, and they're quite common in America, or the United States of America, I'm sorry. I try to be sensitive to that sort of a thing. You know, I read recently that people from South America don't appreciate that we call, you know, the US of A, America for short, because, you know, there's Southern America, Northern America, and lots of countries within those 2 continents. So it makes sense. But when you grow up hearing that, you know, this is America, my friends love to say it that way, America. It's hard to like adjust the way you think of your own country. So I'm pretty sure ginger lemon isn't an easy flavor to find in the United States of America. But it tastes like other ginger lemon type things. It's a common combination for tea. Ginger supposedly has soothing benefits for your tummy, and lemon is a standard like throat fruit. It's funny the kind of associations we put with things. So I honestly enjoy it. I like ginger, and the lemon just adds a nice tartness. It is a gummy flavor, or a gummy candy, as it were. So I'll have a hard time finishing the bag, but beyond that, I like it. I'd say Roxanne, the maker of this particular box, did a medium good job. She got me some things I definitely haven't tried before, so that's thumbs up. And a couple of unique flavors, so the little ham chips are weird. So yeah. Before I wrap this up, I will say that, because I love boxes, right? I did get the Threadbanger Halloween box, or I pre-ordered it. Threadbanger, the channel, I'm not trying to promote them, I just personally like them. They're not ASMR related, but I would like to know if you guys want to watch me open that box, or if, since it's not food and it's not really related to some of the other things I do, I thought I'd check with my audience here, assuming I have an audience. So yeah, comments below. Love them. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful evening.